Greetings, fellow traveler and viewer. Welcome to Timeless Tarot. If you're looking for a message from the universe, you've come to the right place, because we will be drawing 3 cards, and we will be doing a pick-a-card reading. Now, this is slightly different from normal pick-a-card readings, because we will be, before revealing the card, assigning an item to each. This gives you an opportunity to choose your reading based on how you resonate with the item first, and then a second opportunity once the cards are revealed. Perhaps the card reveal will reaffirm your first choice, or it may open new pathways for you to consider. Feel free to watch one or all the readings because the choice to explore is always up to you. Before we begin, please keep in mind that this is a broad reading, so if you feel a strong connection to any particular idea or theme during the reading, bring it along with you on your journey, and if not, let it float on by. Today we're going to be assigning 3 silver coins to each card, and here we have a silver coin from the 1800s. This is a Morgan dollar, and it is a US dollar made of silver. That's the back, and this is the front. It's a little tarnished, but it is in pretty good condition for its age. In the second reading, we have the Peace dollar from 1924, so a 20th century silver coin. And here's the back. And finally, we have a modern American silver dollar, and this is the Walking Liberty silver dollar, and I believe this is from 2010. And this is the back. Okay, so I will let you choose which reading you want based on the coin first. Okay, let's review the cards and see which one's which. Okay, so for the first reading, with the 1800 silver coin, we have 6 of Cups, reminiscing good times. For the second reading, we have 5 of Swords, a feeling of setback, but potentially just feedback for how to move forward. And finally, we have the Death card. For group number 3, end of a cycle and a beginning of a new. The sun shining in a new day. The sun has set from the old day, and a new day is coming. Okay. So I'll give you a moment to choose based on these 3 cards. And please keep in mind that this is a brand new channel, so any subscribing or commenting, liking is all very much appreciated and greatly helps this channel grow. Okay, let's begin with group number 1. Greetings, group number 1. How you doing today? I hope you're doing well. So you chose 6 of Cups alongside the older silver Morgan silver dollar from the 1800s, the oldest coin of the group. We're going to be drawing 5 cards to begin with. Okay. In the current position, we have 5 of Pentacles. Perhaps you're feeling kind of alienated right now. You might be feeling like you don't have many friends. And that's a feeling that we all experience from time to time. In the past position, there was quite a loss or an end of a very big chapter in the recent past. Perhaps it was something where you showed a lot of strength, and the reaction to that kind of revealed to you that something had to end in some relationship. You showing your strength kind of brought out something that kind of required an end of a chapter. In the future, we have a choice. 2 of Pentacles. There's going to be a choice coming in to your life soon. This card just does not want to stay still. Do you see that? Keeps moving. Okay. There's something more to this. And in the farther future, we have Four of Cups, a sense of contemplation, something good's coming into your life. One of those times where, you're kind of looking at the cups you have, and it's kind of a moment of reflection, and also a moment of wisdom. I'm not sure if this is in the traditional tarot cards, but in this deck you have an Eye of Wisdom, showing that there's something coming in, and being patient is a very important aspect to this. Okay, interesting. Let's go a little deeper and draw more cards. Okay. I hope you're doing well today, group number 1. You might feel like you're kind of left out in the cold right now. There might be something where a little feeling of insecurity perhaps right now, but if that's the case, there's a choice coming in soon that's going to bring some positive benefits to you. Let's see a little bit more. Clarifying 5 of Pentacles, we have... Okay, 3 of Cups. Yeah, this might be like feeling kind of left out from friends. You might not be seeing friends as much as you'd like, or you might have cut yourself off from... You might have in some way have to have separated yourself from a friend group, or at least added some distance to a friend group. It might have been maybe because of a move. It might have also been something that was required of you because you just needed to for your own sense of self. Okay, yeah, there was kind of a moving on in the recent past. We have the 8 of Cups here. A sense that you had to go your own way. You had to let go. You had to make a big sacrifice and kind of walk away from a lot. And we had the Strength. Let's clarify the Strength card. Yeah, the Moon. Interesting. There was something revealed to you recently. You showed your strength, and there was a reaction to it. That's interesting. Okay. In the future, we have Page of Swords. So a new idea is coming in. A sense of kind of taking on a new idea and kind of putting it on, a new perspective on life. One word of caution with this card is not to rush into things too quickly, but to be confident in knowing that you have this new idea that you can bring with you. You want to test it out, though. Some kind of idea or thought or perspective or plan. You want to make sure that whatever this is, that you test it, you move forward with it, but you do it deliberately. Don't just rush into things. Okay, and clarifying. 4 of Cups we have. Yeah, 6 of Swords, kind of moving around, doing your own thing, moving on and kind of going your own way, huh? You're kind of committing to a journey, and this is a beautiful thing. You might be reminiscing about good times with friends, but I think that this is one of those moments where, once you realize it's time for you to choose your path, just be patient with it, but good things are going to come with it. All right, we're going to go and do one more clarifying draw. Yeah, I hope you're doing well, group number 1. I mean, hey, starting off with the 5 of Pentacles and with the moons, there's a lot of lunar energy here, but in the future it is more bright, kind of a little bit more joyful energy, I see. This one, okay. And do you see that one? Yeah. And this one wanted to come out too. We'll just take a look at this one later at the end. Okay. So clarifying 5 of Pentacles and 3 of Cups we have in the current positions. Oh, okay. So we have the Well. Now this is an oracle card. It's not a traditional tarot card, so we will read it from the book to get the intended message that this deck would like you to hear. To the left, to the older position, that we have some contemplation here. So clarifying the 8 of Cups and the 10 of Swords, we have Page of Pentacles, which is, a sense of having important knowledge about resources and your own energy, what you have. It could be money, it could be material wealth, or material skills, could be tools, could be assets you have, but it could also be your just your soul's energy, your energy, your light. You're contemplating how it should be applied, where it should be distributed. That's an important aspect here. Clarifying the moon and strength. Okay, yeah, you had gone on a journey, you had experienced a lot, and you had come back much stronger than before. But something like that, like, created a reaction with perhaps friends or coworkers, that made you realize you had to cut or create distance between you and them. It could be emotional distance, it could be, you might be just a little bit more, careful, or it could be something where you just, you have to go your own way and, it's kind of a farewell. This could also be, romantic interest. This could apply to almost anything in this mixture, but friends do seem to pop up most, with the Three of Cups. Okay, so interesting. We'll read the well in a second. Clarifying, Two of Pentacles and Page of Swords. We have the Sun. Okay, this is a good sign. Clearly that the choice you're making in the future is going to bring you into a more beneficial, a more bountiful, more abundant place, a place of warmth. Like, what does the sun do? It provides us all, strength and resilience, and it nourishes us with energy. In many ways, there's the concept that the sun is like the heart of all living beings on Earth, because, without our heart, we can't continue on, but without the sun, none of us can continue on. So the sun is a great source of abundance, of energy, of like life force, and it's probably the most positive card in tarot just by itself. It means a lot of joy is coming in, and it being in this bottom row shows that it's going to be one thing that's more like an underlying feeling rather than something so obvious and on the surface. So part of it's going to come with ideas and thinking about things a little differently, and also having some options, some choices to make. And our final card clarifying, the Six of Swords and the Four of Cups we have. Okay, so we have the Five of Cups. Now it's interesting, the Four of Cups and the Five of Cups. Five of Cups is a sense of like kind of fixating on what we've lost in the past, and you can see this figure here looking at the spilled cups, but there's still a silver lining here. There's two cups in the background that the figure is not paying attention to. So one lesson from this card is, in these experiences where you see a lot that's going wrong, remember to actually try to find something that you're grateful for, because that can kind of open your mind up a little bit and make you realize, hey, there's a lot to be happy about here. It's just, these things in the front, these things that you're feeling right now obviously are going to be upsetting, but there is good here. And sometimes it is, although it might be hard, especially when a lot's going wrong, it's good to be grateful for those things that you do have, that you appreciate, that are in your life. Could be family, could be friends, could be loved ones. Could just be, pet, could be where you're living, or could be just having a nice day one day. You could be like, you just had a nice day. Just being grateful for the little things sometimes. But also this shows that there is some really good stuff in your life. It's just right now the attention's being drawn to what's lacking. But in that way, like, you are being patient. There's a lot of good here. It's not necessarily bad here. This is more just a reminder to remember to realize things are going to come and go. This too shall pass kind of energy. But good is going to come to you. It will. Let's see what this card was that popped out that kind of wanted to come out with this card. Okay, so the Tower. So yeah, there's going to be some kind of revelation. I mean, in this circumstance, I don't necessarily think this is a negative realization. This is just one of those things where sometimes the Tower can be seen as a little scary, but what it is just a reveal. The character here, or the figure here, is wearing a mask, and that mask is going to come off. There's a sense of realizing, like, hey, there's more to this than you realize, and you're going to realize that you did the right choice. You're going to choose what's best for you. Always make sure that, like, you have your interest at heart, because you have to. That's part of life. But at the same time, remember that being patient, being a little creative, and understanding that, like, the choices you made in the past were ones of necessity, but you shouldn't try to worry too much about what has been lost, because you are someone who's special, who's going to move forward and find something beautiful in the coming days or future or weeks, months. This could be many different things here, but good is coming back in. Just be patient and try during these times that might feel very emotional, very disruptive. Try to find a sense of peace in some ways. Like, do what you can to maintain calm when you can. Okay. Group number 1, you've gone through a lot. You've become very strong. You had to face, a surprising setback that came from what you thought was going to be a good time, but you did the right thing and you moved on. You might feel a little cold right now, out in the cold, but I think remembering that, what we want is the best for everybody, but at times, you're going to just have to, focus on yourself and do what's best for you. We're going to read the Well card now. And this is from the Luna edition of Ethereal Visions Tarot, and there's 2 additional oracle cards, and this is one of them that was included in this deck, so we will read that real quickly. And the other one is the Artist. Okay, so the Well is the birthplace of ideas, inspiration, and transformation. All things are birthed from this creatrix, whose knowledge flows freely to those who seek it. It's a sign of nurturing, opportunity, nature, and creativity. You are someone who has a lot of abundance from you. You can provide this strength from within. You are someone who's very emotionally giving. And this might be a tough time for you because you chose to kind of do the opposite of that in some ways for your own good. And that's okay. In the past, this end of chapter situation had to happen. You're a strong person, and because of these strengths that you learned in this whatever journey you were on before, farther back, really gave you the strength to know when something was wrong, and it was revealed, to walk away from it, and find that kind of joy in yourself and in the people that care about you well, who really do care, and you're gonna do great. Group number 1, I hope you're doing fantastic. I really do wish you the best. And, please let us know in the comments how you're doing in the future. I can't wait to hear. From you. Okay. Please subscribe to continue to see me in the future. Take care. Hey, group number 2, welcome to your reading. I hope you're doing well today. How are you? We're going to draw 5 cards to begin with, and we'll go from there. Okay. Okay, so to begin with, we're going to see in the center, the current position. What's going on with you, group number 2? Okay, we have 9 of Cups. Well, you have something to be proud of right now. There's some kind of accomplishment where you can kind of look back on and see all the results of it, and you're kind of at that point where, you're pretty proud of where you've come, or where you are now and where you've come from. In the past, you were putting in a lot of work. Look at this. We have 8 of Pentacles. You were refining an idea, and you were becoming a master of it. That you're a master craftsman of something. Doesn't have to be of something material, but you're refining something to the point where you can say you really are happy with the results, and the very fine-tuned details of how to craft whatever it is that you're making. Interesting. The Hierophant. So there might have been some traditional formation, or something you're doing perhaps you're following another person's proof of work. You're seeing someone else had a path to success, and you're kind of following it along right now. You might have felt recently there was a setback, and you're kind of going back to the drawing board, but kind of in a way that involves kind of saying, hey, you know what? No, I'm going to follow someone else's footsteps because they did it and it worked for them. But now you come to a point where you're actually starting to accomplish things. You know how to fine tune it, and you really are at a point of pride for your craft. In the future, we have Ace of Swords. So a new idea is going to come to you soon. Something is going to flash in, some kind of idea or concept is going to come in soon that's going to change your path, and it's going to be one that provides energy and strength. Yeah, okay, interesting. Temperance is going to transform what you're doing. Very fascinating. We have this is very much like, at least on this track, feels very much like career-oriented or project-oriented, perhaps school, perhaps in the office, or a side hustle. Although this, I don't see many, there's no wands, so this feels more like, putting work into your emotional well-being, but also it could be aligned with your material well-being as well. Interestingly enough, you must have been thinking through some things quite a bit, because we're going to get this flash, like that kind of eureka moment here, and it's going to transform things. Temperance is a card of transformation. It's a card of patience as well, but it's also a card of wisdom. You have the eye. Can you see the eye in this one? Yeah, it's right there. But yeah, so a beautiful transition from the Hierophant to Temperance. It's a very fascinating path for you. You seem to have been putting in quite a lot of work, and it's going to pay off. And hey, if you feel like you've been kind of following in someone else's footsteps for a while, and you want at least part of you to shine through, it's going to, because you're going to get that flash of idea. But the idea comes, right? The ideas will come. Kind of like in the shower moment, right? Like singing in the shower, and then, I have this idea. That's perfect. Or maybe while you're like driving in a car, listening to the radio, or Spotify or whatever. Okay. Let's see, clarifying 8 of Cups. 2 of Cups. Okay, so yeah, this is interesting. You're bringing your own energy into this. You're kind of combining energies. You're taking things, and this is a card that could mean a partnership of some sort with someone. It could be romantic, although this could also be more like energetic, complementing energies, like where you're just bringing in ideas that work together. Let's see, clarifying the 8 of Pentacles. We have the Ace of Pentacles. Interesting. So you were kind of, this is a fresh start in some ways, perhaps, for how to make money or bring in material success. And we have the Wheel of Fortune. Yeah, interesting. Okay, so like you might be following in someone else's footsteps because you saw, hey, this worked for somebody else. Now, it might not have initially worked for you, but now you're bringing in a different form of energy. You're bringing a different, perhaps, perspective to it, and it's really shining. It's really gonna succeed. Okay, we have the Knight of Cups here. So yeah, you might feel a little bit more, you might have a little more pep in your step. You might have a little bit more charisma here coming in, a little bit more riz in the future. You might meet somebody, actually, because you might be finding this complementary energy. Someone who is, mature in their emotional understanding of life, but also can kind of, bring a little joy and laughter in the situation, even when it's not like the best situation. This person is one of those people who can lift the spirits of the crowd, even if, this is like, oh no, your team's losing, or oh no, like, hey, maybe it's been kind of a sour day, like nothing really went well. This person's going to be able to bring a smile to your face or get everyone excited to keep cheering on the team, that kind of thing. That's the kind of energy here. Okay. And we have, so 6 of Swords popping up again from the last reading. Yeah, a path forward. You're kind of committing to a specific path. The 6 of Swords is in a boat crossing the river, and they're already halfway, so turning around would take just as long as moving forward. So this is one of those things where perhaps you were second guessing whether you should continue, but you've kind of reaffirmed yourself, and you're like, you know what, no, I'm just going to go back. I'm going to fine tune some things, and I'm going to really be proud of this. Interesting. Okay. Let's draw one more time. Let's do 5 more. And let's see. Well, this one certainly. I generally don't draw from the exact bottom of the deck. Okay. So, clarifying. 8 of Cups and 2 of Cups. We have the Moon. Okay, so this is a very emotional period for you. Very emotional. You have a lot to be proud of. If you feel like you're kind of like, there's like you're being pulled in 2 directions, it might be because you have to bring those 2 directions together. For you, group number 2. Okay. We have the World. Yeah, there's some big changes in your life recently. Okay, like a real giant chapter ending and a new chapter beginning. I think maybe your perspective, your idea for how to work, where to put your time and energy, has really changed. And we have 3 of Wands. You might have let go of some things in the past. You might have allowed some friends to go their own way. You might have gone on a journey a little bit, but you also kind of saw where people are going, and you're making decisions based on what you see, how they're doing, going in the different directions that they've chosen. Okay. So, in the future, clarifying, Knight of Cups, and Ace of Swords. We have Strength. Okay, Strength popping up again. Yeah, so you're a strong person. You have this, we have the Lion energy here, the Lion here. Pride is really, okay, pride is coming in. Now, be proud of what you've accomplished now. Don't feel ashamed that you're following someone else's footsteps. You're going to bring your own energy to this situation. Clarifying the 6 of Swords and Temperance, we have the Artist. Now that's fun. This is the other oracle card of the deck, and I say other because in the last reading we had the first oracle card of this deck. These are not tarot cards. These are special cards that come with this edition of the deck, and I'll read from the book because it's not a traditional symbol. But what we can say is that this is going to be something where you bring your creativity to the situation once you've established yourself in the path that you know traditionally works. It's one of those things where you can't really break the rules until you know them. That's kind of this situation here. Okay, let's read from the booklet just to see how the Artist plays into this whole story here. Oh, there's Strength again. Okay. So, the Artist. The Artist is the vessel of creation. This card signifies humankind and shows when you need to open to the knowledge that is available. If you stop and set aside the distractions of the human condition and listen. Okay. Set aside the distractions of the human condition and listen. There might be quite a lot going on around you right now, and you're kind of trying to just stick to a path. Don't let the distractions sway you away from what you know is in your best interest. Because you have new ideas, and, you're going to have new ideas, and you have been refining and perfecting something recently involving how you're going to, benefit the world, but also provide wealth and well-being to yourself. You might be a little fearful, but the strength is going to shine through. Just stick to it and find a balance. You might have been disillusioned a little bit in the past, but that disillusionment shouldn't cloud everything you see and do. There should be a balance to this, and I think you're going to do great. Look at this, we have the Ace of Swords into Temperance. We have going your own way. We have the Artist, the special card, and Strength, alongside Knight of Cups, which is like just a joyful card. Group number 2. I'm excited to hear what kind of ideas or what kind of path you've chosen for yourself. Please let me know in the comments, and please consider subscribing so I can see you again soon. Thank you so much. Take care. Bye. Hey, group number 3. Welcome to your reading. You chose the more modern coin, the 2010 Silver Eagle coin, alongside the Death card. Now, I found this kind of interesting. I'd like to show you another Death card from another deck, because this is a less traditional style deck of tarot. But something about the Death card that's really interesting is that it is bringing in a new day. It's the end of an old and the beginning of a new. So it is a representation of a new cycle, of a new story, a new chapter. And this is a more traditional design of the Rider-Waite, which more people are familiar with. And you can see the sun is coming up in the horizon. This is the end of the night and the beginning of the day. And I just found it interesting that you chose this card alongside this coin, because look at the design of the coin. You have the sun shining, coming up, the brand new day. So this is a very strong symbol of a new cycle, a new chapter. All right. I hope you're doing well, and let's see what kind of new chapter we're bringing in. We're just going to draw 5 cards to start with. Okay. And in the current position, in the center, we have, okay, the Ace of Cups. So a new emotional state of mind, a new emotion has probably just recently blossomed in your life. In the past, we don't do reversals, we have the Knight of Swords. So you might have had new idea, new mindset recently that's allowing you to drive forward rather quickly in an endeavor of some sort. When I say endeavor, it could be in a relationship, it could be in a job, it could just be in, self-growth and self-discovery. Okay, and we have the 5 of Cups. There was potentially something disappointing in the past, but there was a silver lining, because as you can see in this figure, the character, the figure is crying or upset over the 3 spilled cups, but there's still 2 in the background. So there's a silver lining here, something to be grateful for. And this new mindset's moved forward that's kind of brought a wellspring of a new emotion recently. Man, these cards are sliding all over. Okay. In the future, we have the King of Swords. So, you're moving from the Knight of Swords into the King of Swords, you're having command over a concept or idea when it comes to making decisions. A real analytical approach to what you're about to do. Perhaps coming from this, this is a wellspring of emotion. It could be, emotion that brings in a new pattern, a new way of doing things. This could be a spiritual concept, or it could be, sometimes this could even be a somewhat uncomfortable emotion, but it brings you into action towards a new way of being. And then we have 3 of Cups. Now in this position, I see this as meeting new people, or establishing a new position within your relationships. It could be one where, you're a little bit more lighthearted, but you're also more deliberate with how you interact with people. For better or worse. Okay. We're going to say for the better, because we have King of Swords here. So this is true command over why you're making decisions. And it gives you a lot more strength when being involved in a 3 of Cups situation. And one more. Okay. So clarifying the Ace of Cups, we have 2 of Wands, surveying the situation. Yeah, that makes a lot of sense with King of Swords. So surveying the landscape gives you a clear picture of where to move, what to do. Could be a situation involving movement at least. Okay, 5 of Pentacles. Perhaps you felt a little out in the cold in recent past. There was something that shocked you into a new situation. Okay, so we had a shocking moment, and it kind of felt... Okay, in this situation, looking at this path, these 3 cards, some kind of shocking moment. The Tower card in the past is a moment of reckoning, of reveal, a very shocking moment that can lead to sorrow and lead to feeling like insecure in some situation, which made you rethink and made you go back to, I gotta plan out something. And this is a great reaction to this situation. 2 of Wands reacting to the 5 of Pentacles is excellent. And in the higher plane we have, this was something of a disappointment, but there was something of a silver lining here because it gave you a command of a concept. You might want to not wield too heavily, but is going to lead towards a new kind of balancing of emotion and spiritual well-being and spiritual concepts, which is going to lead to a much more deliberate and in command of one's ideas situation. Okay, where you know why you're making decisions. We have the Lovers. Okay, so this could be a situation with relationships. Could be friendships, but when you have the Lovers card, it does get a little bit more, especially like Cups. It has a much more dynamic scenario. I don't want to say love triangle, but you have the 3 of Cups as well. Okay, and standing your ground, 7 of Wands. You know what? Stick to your guns, because I shouldn't say that. That's a bad expression. Just stand your ground. Stick to your beliefs, stick to your principles. It's one of those scenarios where you have the high ground in this scenario, so you want to maintain it. And I don't just mean that strategically. I mean that, you're standing your ground because you know what you're standing for is the higher ground, is right. Okay. Yeah, you're going to have a situation potentially where you really are understanding why you make your decisions. And if that's challenged, you have full command of you don't even have to explain sometimes, but you have full command of knowing why you're making a specific decision. And that gives you that empowers you to really do what's best for you. And this could be in a romantic relationship. Okay. And okay. Clarifying. 2 of Wands, Ace of Cups, we have the World. Okay, so big cycle, and not surprising because you chose the Death card. This is a big end of a cycle, and the World is a very large cycle spinning end. So that's kind of a, could be joyful. Perhaps a lot of the challenges were in the past now, and this is a moment of kind of saying, okay, now what's next? Yeah, there's some conflict in the past, some kind of challenge, or challenge, a very strong challenge. Interesting. Justice. Okay, yes, there had to be a choice made, very strong choice. This is one of those moments where, a surprise scenario brought in a moment of sadness, but it also brought in a moment of opportunity for you to take command of yourself and what you need for yourself. Like your strength is shining through during times of where you need to show your strength. Okay, clarifying the Lovers and the King of Swords we have. 2 of Cups. Okay, so this really is you have this strong masculine energy form here. Meanwhile, you have Lovers and 2 of Cups, which is complementary energies. You also have the female form within the World, and Justice kind of moving up in this direction. Interesting that you have a lot more masculine until the end here. But a lot of interestingly, you have the 5 of Wands and the 7 of Wands. Yeah. But you're moving to it is a progression for sure. And clarifying the 7 of Wands and the 3 of Cups, we have the Ace of Pentacles. Okay, so yeah, knowing that you have this concept of knowing a new form, a new way to express your energy, and a new way to allocate it, a new way to allocate your resources and your concepts, your ideas. You know, you might have someone might come back into your life in some way, but it also could be something where you're really just trying to balance a lot of things. And you're capable of doing it, as long as you stand your ground and know that why you're doing it is the right reason. You know, you surveyed the landscape and you saw what's out there, and you kind of have a new idea of how things like work in an emotional way. And this is going to give you a lot of ways to explain your actions, explain your choices in love, and potentially in finances and resources, and in friendships. Like, I feel like this is a story more of like your internal growth leading to you having real strength in dealing with all aspects of life. Okay, well, I mean, this is an interesting reading. Group number 3. I really hope to hear what was the end of your cycle. Like, what is the beginning of the new one? Like, what new chapter is starting in your life? Because you clearly are someone who's learned a lot and you know why you're moving forward in a new direction. So, group number 3, thank you so much for listening to this reading. I hope you do fantastic in the days, weeks, and months moving forward. Please consider subscribing so that you can see more of me in the future. Okay, take care.